Hey everybody, this is Lorenzo DC back at you with another breakdown of a freelance offense in NBA 2K16. This time I'm going to look at the pace offense. I used to call it the pace and space offense last year, and space is what this offense is about. So let's take a look at how this all breaks out. You want to use this offense primarily with at least two or three serious perimeter threats, shooters. Slashers and guys who can run off pick and roll are good too, but this offense works best when you can threaten from the perimeter. So let's look at the spacing on this offense. When you bring the ball past half court, this is the way your players are gonna line up. You're gonna have someone at the top of the key, your guard. You're gonna have your small forward and shooting guard over there on the wings. You can move it around. Your power forward is also going to be on the perimeter like that, and your center is going to be down low, but is going to be occupying not exactly the blocks or the paint, but just off to the side of the low block, halfway between the paint and the perimeter. His position is going to depend on where the ball is and who has it. Now, when it's up here in the wing, on the same side where he is going to stay there. But when it comes to the wing on the other side, he's going to reverse position and fill in over on that side, almost like a triangle, but it doesn't operate like a triangle. Get the ball in the corner, and he's going to go to the other side and clear out space to get out of the way and keep the spacing going. He's not really there to operate on the low block. It's not like a 4 out 1 in, which gives you a little bit more post action, but it's similar and it gives you a lot of space in the same way. Now let's look at how to start this offense. This offense more or less starts itself. Come past half court, you'll get these in the wing. You'll get these two arrows for a pass either to the top of the key, there it is again, or to the corner, and that's it. Once you make one of those passes, you're immediately into pick and roll action set up by the Freelance offense system. So let's take a look at where the locations are for these pick and rolls, because that's what the system is going to do. It's going to set up pick and roll actions for you from the perimeter. Up here on the top of the key is where you'll get a lot of pick and roll action like that. Here we have another one here at the top. You see how everyone is spacing the floor. You can get a cutter like that, but you're also going to get this pick and roll. You will get some cutters. You can always, look for those cutters. That's just coming off the pick and roll, and that's pretty sweet right there. Let's take a look at one more pick and roll action that comes from the top of the key. This time it goes to the other side, so it can happen to either way. It doesn't matter. It's kind of a mirror offense. The pick and roll actions that will happen on either side of the perimeter, the three-point line, are mirrors of each other past the midcourt line. So here you have a spot here on the wing that gives you pick and roll, invites you to go to baseline or kick it back out, take the jump shot, move the ball, take advantage of the reverses with this defense. So the space gives you that option and forces the defense into bad choices about where they're going to cover you. Choices are only bad if you have a real perimeter threat, though. Here's the same pick and roll action from the wing. Oh, you blocked my shot. You sank my battleship. Let's get the ball into the corner and see what happens in the corner. So the corner is also going to give you pick and roll options where instead of the corner player flashing up to set a pick for the wing, the other way around. The wing player goes down and sets the pick for the guy in the corner. We can see that on this again. A little bumpy in there. Not a very good job by me, but we can take a bad shot and it's still not a good job by me. Okay, but that's where the pick is. Here's another action. This time I do a better job. Make a little space, kick it back to Curry with, more or less a handoff, and, spot up and take that jump shot. This one is kind of interesting. Sometimes you'll get this pick that invites you from the wing to go to the top of the key, and then you get those two arrows for passes. Those are three-point shot opportunities coming off of screens down low, down screens. So sometimes you can get one of those, pop it, and find them open. I missed that pass right there, but it's okay because I ended up getting sort of that handoff action. So watch for that pick when you can get it coming from the top. This is a little bit different. This doesn't give you that same animation. It's like this big curly looking rounded path to come off that pick. and it doesn't give you the same options. I've only seen that come up a couple times. Here's just a nice little example of I just had to put that in there because of the sweet dunk coming off the pick on the wing. There's an interesting little set that comes up more for like slasher type players, guys who aren't, different types of players. I never get this with Curry, but here I got it with Clay with this double pick action on the wing that gives you a chance to drive, pick your poison where you want to go toward the key or down low and maybe kick it out or drive the lane. Here I get one with JJ Redick. I wouldn't run this with the Clippers a lot. You don't have as much perimeter threat, but I like to test these things out with different types of personnel. And in this case, with the talent on the floor, this particular double pick animation came up more. Here it is again. Oh, not the same one, but another example. Bumper cars in there. Okay, so the defense does a lot of that, but kick it out, take the shot, and miss it. Oh well. At least you see what that pick looks like. You'll see it come up sometimes, again, depending on your personnel. Let's talk about what the freelance offense does for you coming out of the break. It's going to depend a little bit on who's bringing the ball up. So with Curry, you get this pick and roll, inviting it to this little dance around the pick and roll. Goaltending, that's my money. All right, again, here's Curry. It shows the arrow. That's how you know you're getting the fast break play. Run that pick and roll, run off that pick. Ooh, we got a little opportunity here on the corner. I cut it out because I missed it. Because, here you go. Again, with Curry, you get this little funky. You got to read the defense on these pick and rolls. You can't just go where the arrows are. So here, after not taking that first pick and roll option, I got another one and got the opportunity for that open kick out for the three. If you have someone else bringing up the ball who's not like a Steph Curry awesome creator, you're going to get an arrow to shoot the ball up, to swing it to the top of the key and then swing it over. And here with this lineman, I got a post-up opportunity with that. It's a nice offense if you have a dominant post player that you want to set a matchup with. It doesn't put him in the prime post position the way a 4-out 1-in does, but you still get those opportunities. But really, this is an offense you use as a backdrop to create as an individual player. So, you want to set up pick and rolls, you want to do pick and fades, you want to do whatever the tools are that the game gives you. So here we set up a little post-up action. Gives you a little room to just do something with a little post-up ISO. So here we go. We're going to do a little manual pick and roll on this one. Pick and roll with Curry and Thompson. Little pick and fade actually gives a little room for Curry to move off that pick and get a nice little pull up. What I really like on this perimeter stuff is the space it gives for these handoffs. So between a guard and a guard, if you time that right and you swing it around like a reverse play in football, you can get that bucket to the lane. It's really sweet. I like that 2K has that feature in the game this year. Here's your straight up pick and roll. You can do this all day long sometimes with this offense until the defense starts, really collapsing to protect against the pick and roll, and that just opens up the pick and fade. Or when you have Steph Curry doing Steph Curry things, just shooting off that pick because, YOLO, he can. On this play, what I like to do sometimes when I see the defense overplaying one guy, I like to run quick ISO and get my playmaker in the corner there and manual cut him to the basket. Now the first time I canceled the pass on that cut because he was well covered, but I can come right back to it and look at this. Nice. Yeah, that cut to the basket action can be pretty cool. I like running it from the corner like that when the defense is playing a lot of deny because it just gives you nice layups. And what's nice about doing it that way is you can control more easily for which player is going to get the cut action because sometimes if you're in a crowd it's hard to make that happen. That was just a little quick post up play. When you do a quick post up in this game, you can still maintain the spacing on the floor. So that's pretty much it for this freelance offense. It really is, as I said, a backdrop for you to create, but it does give you some automatic pick and roll opportunities, that gives you a chance to drive to the lane, take advantage of all that space the defense gives you, and give your shooters a chance to rain hell on some damn fools out there. It's a good offense to use, online or offline, head to head. I hope that's been helpful to you. A little quick breakdown. Again, it's not a complicated offense, but it's actually a really nice one to use and change it up, especially when you want to use space on the floor. So if you have questions, shoot them to me in the comments section here. Subscribe, give me a like. This is only my second one doing of these videos, so I need your comments and critiques to help me get better at doing this stuff. And I'm out.